Happy Thursday night. And for those of you who aren't watching live, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the case may be. Welcome in to Waaaay Offsides Live. Do me a favor before we even get started. Go share the live link everywhere. J-Bake, make it happen, brother. I know you're in here.
We do got DJ. She in the house.
Yeah, she's bringing it on. The chat's already lively with the LSU hate. Luckily, DJ is not afraid to take it on.
Not at all.
Head to head. The commenters are already being rowdy. Settle down, guys. We're 2 minutes into this thing. Like, save some for the end.
Right.
Competing with the NFL and all that again tonight. That's okay. I got some SEC basketball on. Hope everybody's having a great week, man. It's been a really weird week with the time change. Latoya, what's going on? Tim,
what's up, Pam?
Lance,
Tim, Latoya,
Keith.
Lance, Keith, Eric D.
Yeah.
What's up?
It's been a weird week, man. You coping with the time change okay?
I don't like getting dark at 4 o'clock, but that's another show.
It is what it is, right? We just gotta install Montana today. Yeah, everybody's fighting with time changes and YouTube TV. Yeah, it's a great time to be a college football fan.
Brutal.
We're going to jump right in because Alabama faces one of its, I think, maybe not traditional rivals, but one of its most bitter rivals. For
Especially
20 years,
recently.
on and off, Alabama and LSU have played games that have had serious national title implications. This year, maybe not so much. However, as with Alabama LSU, this game comes with its own set of interest, right? It's different. There's a lot of, I don't know, what am I trying to say here, Jeff? There's a lot of variance around what's going on when LSU visits Tuscaloosa on Saturday night. And to break it all down, to talk about everything going on, to talk about this game as well as LSU's head coaching search, and hopefully a little bit about Jeff, it threw me off. You're in the wrong block. Hopefully a little bit about this, everything else going on, this political stuff going on down there in Baton Rouge. We've got DJ on. How you doing, man? You doing all right?
What's up, Joy?
I'm wonderful. Happy to be here, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming
all right.
back. For those of you who don't know, we got to plug SEC Pretty first because it's blowing up. It's everywhere. It's all over the place.
You done started something.
Yeah, you did.
Thanks, guys. I'm very excited. Had no idea that it would become anything close to what it's become. So I'm really grateful.
Crazy.
I don't take any of it for granted.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It seems like at least every day I see somebody different rocking the SEC Pretty hat
in random locations. It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's
nuts. Congratulations.
Shout out to the one-off brand SEC Petty. That's also blowing up too, and as true as well. So we love it.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
All right.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Joy, we're just going to jump right in. We're going to rip the Band-Aid off. What the hell is going on in Baton Rouge?
I don't know what you're talking about. Everything's fine.
Really? Okay, fair enough.
Baseball just won a championship. What are you talking about?
Everything in Baton Rouge is fine. We have a great baseball program.
Well, look, you were on.
Good too. So you got women's basketball too.
That's right. We were winning 61-6 at halftime. So
That's right. That's right. Look, to your credit, we had you on before the season started, and you were one of the most realistic LSU fans I think I've ever talked to. You were very pessimistic about Brian Kelly and kind of like, let's pump the brakes and see what happens. Turns out you were right to feel that way. You and I were in agreement there. You were on the fire this dude train pretty much the entire season. I saw you kind of going back and forth with LSU fans, but to your credit, you were absolutely right. Why didn't Brian Kelly work at LSU?
I'll say this about the new hire that we're going to bring in. I've said it about every previous hire. LSU is only a place that performs for you if you choose to love it. And the reality was that Brian Kelly didn't love it. I think he really enjoyed walking around with those 3 letters on his chest and pretending like he was somehow making that program in any way, shape, or form better. The truth of the fact is that he didn't. And he, everyone wants to say like, well, he got it in shambles, and like he added some structure back to the program. But yet all we're hearing about right now is how destructured our athletic department is. So you can say what you want to about what he was there to do. The reality is he was there to win games, and he didn't do that.
Sure, absolutely. Now, do you think? I think I know how you're going to answer this, but I'm going to ask anyway. How much with you talked about the structure at LSU, with the kind of discombobulation that was going on at the higher levels of the university? How much do you think that impacted his ability to have success at LSU, or not at all?
I don't think it affected it at all. I think what you're seeing is a byproduct of a lot of internal disruption that has been going on for months behind the scenes. If we're being honest, I think everyone just got a front row seat to what like really diehard LSU fans have been knowing was an issue. I don't think Brian Kelly had any issues in his leadership outside of himself, and I think that speaks for itself.
Yeah, I agree with you, because it's interesting because on paper, there should have never been a fall off for LSU. They're still recruiting well. Obviously, they're playing the NIL game very, very well. They've got, they're on par in the arms race. That is, facilities and things like that. It's a prestigious job. In my opinion, it's the best job open right now. So, the common denominator in what's going on the past couple of years is Brian Kelly. And I felt like when they went and got him, it didn't make sense. He wasn't a fit in the conference, and he damn sure wasn't a fit at LSU.
Yeah, I've said over and over again, I think the whole culture fit conversation is a bit overplayed. I care about one culture, and that's winning. I don't really give a dang how you speak, where you're from, what you eat, what you drink, what you believe. I don't care. You're here to do one thing, and that's win football games. And I'm not even saying you need to go to the national championship every year. I'm saying sniff a playoff, for crying out loud. Like, you have an expanded playoff system, and your team's nowhere close, and you completely and totally ruined it 2 years ago. You had the offense to do it, and you were too stubborn to hire a defensive coordinator worth a crap. And he has shot himself in the foot over and over and over again. And good riddance. I wish you nothing but the worst.
Okay.
He was hanging out at that restaurant the day after ordering lunch.
You know what? I've gotten fired, and my first decision was to go get a large Superior Margarita too. So that might be the only good decision he made while he was.
That's the only good decision he made. Yeah. Yeah, I knew y'all were in trouble. The Jaden Daniels Heisman year, when y'all was 4 games. I told my friend at work that's a diehard LSU fan. I was like, how do you lose 4 games with that offense? You had 2 first-round NFL receivers, the Heisman Trophy winner, 3 lottery picks on that offense. How did you lose 4 games?
Because your defensive coordinator's name is Matt House. That's really as easy as I can put it.
He had an adjective that he put in between Matt and House when he gave me that name as well. So y'all are right there on the same wavelength. It's no secret there. Having said all that, now that Brian Kelly era is over, thank goodness. So what do you expect from the James Wilson led team? What are you expecting? Frank Wilson. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Frank's a legend, so we hold him in high regard around our program.
Cotton did that.
I firmly believe that you will see a significantly more fight on Saturday. Y'all have credited me for being realistic. I will continue to be realistic. I don't see LSU going into Tuscaloosa getting a win. What I do see is LSU coming out, one, eager to play for their head coach. I don't think you saw that happen one time in the Brian Kelly era. I think there were guys that were playing for each other. I mean, we saw Malik Neighbors' reaction to Brian Kelly being fired. Like, even our superstars don't have a lot of respect for him. No one's come out in his defense since all of this has happened. I think that speaks volumes of the kind of man he is. But I think you will finally see a team eager to play for their head coach. I think every player in the building loves Frank Wilson. He is a phenomenal human being. And on top of that, he's a phenomenal leader. And so I think you're going to see a lot of fight. I think you're going to see guys willing to go to war for each other. I think you'll see a more physical LSU team. And if I'm being honest, I think you'll see a smarter LSU team. From what we're hearing out of the building, I don't think that they're like Blake Baker had to come in and say like, hey, can we get game simulations going on? Like, the fact that wasn't happening speaks volumes about what the practices looked like. And so I think you'll see a smarter LSU team just simply because of their preparation. They had obviously an extra week to do some things. And again, I don't expect LSU to go into Tuscaloosa and get the win. I think that's a very high ask of this team. I just don't want to see them lay down like they did in the second half of the A&M game. And as long as that doesn't happen, I'm okay with whatever product we put on the field on Saturday.
Well said. Yeah, that was you could tell Saturday in the second half that they had to fire him like that.
Yeah, I went to that game, and I actually I had taken two of my friends who had never been to an LSU game before, of course. I took them to that game, and they loved the first half. But I looked at one of them and I said, the fans are about to make a statement. And that, here's the deal, that also hurt the players. I'm aware of that. But you have the day before that game, you announced the season ticket prices are increasing. And so you're over here asking all of our fans that are season ticket holders to pay more for tickets. And then that's the product you put on the field. So the fans had to make a statement at the expense of the players. Those players deserve to have a full crowd for 4 quarters, whether they're winning or losing. But I think the fans had to make it very clear that they were not putting up with this much longer.
Well, and when the fans speak, you have to listen. I've always trolled LSU for people leaving games early. But when everybody stays in the games like that, it's the toughest place to play, in my opinion. But when the camera angle Saturday was bleachers,
yeah,
and you're just watching the game, and up in the background you just see silver bleachers. I was like, they're speaking loud tonight. It's almost like they packed it in the first half just to leave in the second half to say, this is our statement.
Correct. I mean, those LSU fans are probably, I can speak for myself and probably a good bit of people that were in that stadium, watched the exact same thing happen last year in College Station. It's LSU fans are so tired of seeing the same things over and over and over again. And they realized towards the end of the Miles era, that was the clearest way to speak was to leave. And so they now know that and acted accordingly. And I was one of the ones that left, and I stand by that. I stand by that decision. I as a fan, our fan base deserves more than what was being put on the field.
100%. As much time and money and effort and emotion that the fans put into the programs, that they deserve to be heard, and that's really the only way the fans can get heard. Social media, you can go, bloviate on social media for hours and hours, like you said. I mean, who cares? It just goes out into cyber and whatever. But leaving, that showed, like you said, we're done with this. We're about done with it. This is not okay. This is not okay.
And it was drastic, but I mean, his contract was drastic too. So, call it what it is. If you, we hold you to a high standard. You knew that when you took the job. So I don't feel bad for you.
Quick question, when you recently left the job that you liked so much, did they pay you $50 million? Did you have that kind of hookup?
They did not. And what's ironic is like I was on good terms. Like I did my
right.
job. I sure didn't get 50 million. I didn't even get $50.
I really hope people start pushing back on these buyouts now, these ridiculous buyouts where coaches can sign these contracts and then just stop putting effort into it, knowing that, man, I might get fired in 3 to 4 years, but man, and then they're going to give me $70 million to go away.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's and here's the deal. I don't affirm the Louisiana governor coming out and talking as much as he did. That doesn't change the fact that like part of his points were accurate. Like everyone has the same agent, and that's all a conflict of interest. And so that agent is negotiating in that agent's best interest, and in turn, schools and fan bases and coaches are all involved. And it came from a man with a dumb Cajun accent, so no one wanted to listen to any of its authenticity. But the reality is like part of what he said was true. We just didn't hear it. So.
That's true, man. And Jimmy Sexton run this whole thing.
Him and Trace Armstrong, between the two of those guys, I mean, I think Trace is now just as much of a figurehead as Jimmy Sexton is. He represents just as many high caliber coaches as Jimmy Sexton once did at his height, I would say. But those two guys are easily pulling the puppet strings of boosters and major universities all over the country.
It's crazy. It's crazy to me because you can see coaches start getting these extensions out of nowhere. And it's like,
wow. And every time your name is mentioned for a head coaching job, now you get an extension because that
Matt Rule's never beaten a ranked team, and they just gave him a fat extension.
Here, sign this. Exactly.
What? Because Sexton dropped whoever dropped the little seed.
And
hey, Sark might go to the NFL.
We can't fault him. Like that agent is doing what he has done for years, and because the NCAA and the university have bowed down to him, then this is unfortunately what we're stuck with. That's
100% true. I mean, it is what it is, but here we are. We're in the game, and we ain't going anywhere because it's in our blood. Once it's in the blood, it's not. You just gotta fight it. There's Cotton back. He's coming back eventually. Let me know you're back, Cotton. Give me a thumbs up or pop yourself in there. So yeah, I think that heading into Saturday, Alabama should win this game. I don't think they're going to cover the 10.5. I think that's pretty high. I had 27-21 was what I predicted the final was going to be. Okay. These are just DeBoer games. DeBoer wins one-score games quite often. And I just see this LSU being kind of galvanized by the firing and, on the road, us against the world, rallying around Coach Wilson. I liked what he said at the press conference. He won the press conference. You got to every press conference you watch, they all say the same thing, but you can't go in there and say, well, we're going to get our ass kicked Saturday. You can't go in there and say that. You've got to say, the positive things, and he did all that right. So this game worries me a little more. I probably would have picked a bigger gap had Brian Kelly still been there, but since they made the move and things are better in the locker room already, from what I've heard from you, from my friend Mike, that this game is going. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than I originally thought. I think it's going to be a one-score game.
It's just it's intriguing because LSU's really going in there with nothing to lose. Like they can just. I mean, they're laying all their cards out on the table because why not? Like you're not making the college football playoff at this point. Your head coach is gone. The interim bump, as much as people don't want to acknowledge it, is a real thing. Like that has proven time and time again. The reality is LSU's last national championship was won by someone that started out as the interim head coach and just ended up getting the head coaching title. And so we've seen it happen before. I think I have been in Tuscaloosa for many an LSU Alabama game and for many an Alabama game that was just as important. And that is one of the hardest places to play in college football. So I think LSU shows up, but I don't give them a very high chance of winning the game.
That's respectable, and I get that. Yeah. Well, how about you, Cotton? What are you thinking?
So first of all, I had to swap out laptops to everybody in the comment section saying ridiculous stuff. I kept lagging out, and it's because of my laptop was crap in the bed. Secondly, I kind of agree with Joy here. I think that LSU is going to come out on fire, and I think it'll be. I do think LSU is going to lose the game, and I think it'll be by a healthy margin. But I think early on in that game, that fight, that fire is going to show, and I think it'll be very promising, and it'll show the trajectory that we all thought LSU should have been on in the first place.
Mhm.
I just don't know how much is going to change in 2 weeks. Realistically, I don't know. I don't know how much is going to change for Alabama in 2 weeks, how much could actually change for LSU in 2 weeks. But I think for starters, LSU is going to be on fire. I think for a couple of drives, it's going to feel like, oh crap, we might get our tails whipped here, just because those dudes are going to be flying around the football field. But once kind of things settle in, I think Alabama will pull away. I do. Now, I think that LSU, if they make the right hire, I think next year LSU is looking at competing for a national championship again. Again, like that the talent on that roster is national championship level. It hasn't dropped off. LSU, we talk about recruiting all the time. LSU is always right there, finishing in the top 10.
Always.
And then they've done really well, like I said, with their NIL. I just they need a coach that these guys are going to buy into. DJ, to your point earlier, a lot of what we've heard coming out after Brian Kelly's firing has just been negative. So, are these kids really bought into him? Or, what's really going on? Well, what happens if this team gets behind a coach that they do buy into fully? So,
Yeah, I mean, I think the right hire is obviously imperative. Like we see that more and more. And for the morons that now just think because of NIL and you go buy a good roster and that means you're
Yeah.
automatically winning. I don't know how many years do we need to go back to look at Jimbo and A&M to prove that that's not the case. It doesn't matter how much. I mean, obviously recruiting will always play a part, and how much you invest in your roster will prove to matter. But coaching will always matter. And the reality is no one was bought into BK. And if I'm being honest, I don't even think BK was bought into BK. I don't think he cared. I think he thought that if he showed up every Saturday, he was sitting here going, the talent is just too good. And the reality is like that talent still needs to be coached. That talent still needs to be developed. We say all the time, like lock down the state, like keep those guys going LSU, but like those guys don't come in immediately ready to play. Now, on the rare occasion, one of them does, but the reality is like that talent still needs to be developed at a collegiate level. Like high school football in Louisiana and SEC football are two very different things. And I don't think the development of the physicality was really where it needed to be. I think you see that highly on the offensive line. They're just getting manhandled, which is, I think, games to some say now this doesn't matter, but games to me are still won and lost in the trenches. They always have been. They always will be.
Yeah.
And that's truly why I don't think LSU walks out of Tuscaloosa with a win. Is just I think that offensive line is ultimately going to crumble. The only way anything happens outside of that is if that not pocket quarterback comes in to play for the Tigers, which from what we hear, there's a high possibility of that.
High possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. I'm not liking that.
Hey, is Weeks playing, or is this a smoke screen?
He was moved from doubtful to questionable. I haven't asked anyone that would know. To be honest with you, like LSU, I love LSU with all of my heart and soul, but like everything coming out of there, it's a lot. Like you're just, it kind of got to the point that it was a little overwhelming. So I've just kind of, y'all let me know who the AD is. I probably don't like him. Let me know when y'all hire a head coach.
If you could pick your coach, if they said, Joy, you can hand pick, and not Saban to coach 3 years and hand it off to somebody.
Saban's not
Can I
coming
pull
out.
Urban out of retirement?
You don't want that. You don't want those problems.
Look, I mean, they can't be any worse than the problems we've had over the last 7 years.
Touche.
So bring on another scandal. No, I mean, I think ultimately, like there are a couple guys that I would view all as equivalently even. Like if I think Dan Lanning and Lane Kiffin are on the same page for me. And if I'm being really honest, I think the part of this that's like kind of getting forgotten about is Like, yeah, we all want to win, but I want LSU football to be fun again. Like, I want it to be enjoyable to be a fan. And we have taken more lashings from Brian Kelly, a man who we gave more resources to than any other head coach in history. And, you know, we were told that we were spoiled and that we were asking for too much and that, you know, our expectations were too high. And I'm like, am I being gaslit? Like, I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship. Like 6 months ago, you told me to keep my receipts and that you'd see me at the Natty, and now I'm spoiled. Like, what?
Which one is it?
Yeah. So I think those two names obviously would be so much fun. They're not going to be our head coach, but they would be fun, and that's really what I want and what I'm excited to see out of a hire is just someone that makes being a fan fun again.
You know,
I like that take.
It's a shame that Coach O couldn't maintain it because he was the LSU coach. He embodied everything about that town, about that school. I hate for y'all that he couldn't keep that thing going.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, there was no coach, I think, if you asked anyone from Louisiana that would have wanted any other head coach to succeed. And so I think it's that one will always be a little bit bittersweet to us. And then on the flip side, you're sitting here going like, he gave us the greatest year of our lives. Like, I will never forget 2019. I will tell my kids about the 2019 LSU football team. And then, you know, I will tell my kids about how 2 years later he was bringing his mistress to practice and her kids were running around the field. You know, like I can't wait to tell my kids that part too. But the reality is like there was just no one more culture fit for the job. And I think that's when it comes down to it. Like, that's why I think culture fit is a little bit oversold, because I watched the epitome of our state and of our program run it into the ground for 2 years. And so a culture fit only takes you so far.
Like you said, winning is the culture that fits everywhere.
Yep.
Kalen DeBoer never been around here, but you start winning games, nobody cares about that.
Right.
Not at Auburn. Auburn only has to win one game to stay happy.
Well, that's why they're them. But we aim higher around here.
Yeah, we're not Auburn.
Yeah.
It's like the 6th best job available right now.
Ooh. They're not going to like that when I clip it.
Joy puts Florida above Auburn, and you know Joy's love for
Florida's
Florida
a better job than Auburn.
Is obvious.
Florida is
right?
a better job than Auburn,
Hands
especially now.
down. Yeah, hands down.
Yeah,
it's a better job.
And Joy got no love for Florida. That's for sure.
Yeah, zero love for
yeah. So that's saying something then. I'm saying something.
I mean, I celebrated the other day when like Josh Elander at Tennessee, their new head baseball coach, went and stole the interim head baseball coach at Florida. I laughed, and I don't have any love for Tennessee baseball either, but like I hate Florida.
That's fair.
Touche. I think we can all bond over that.
No doubt.
We all
indeed.
We all just hate each other. I mean, it's just, you know, it is what it is.
It'll be interesting to see these jobs.
Sports have fun.
Yeah, these jobs, how and when these jobs get filled, it'll definitely be interesting.
No doubt.
Yeah, it will be very, very interesting. I'm excited to see who LSU realistically goes against. Are you watching planes and stuff like that? You know what? No?
I am not. Look, I'm going to be really honest with y'all. I am a conspiracy theorist, like in every sense of the word. I'm a conspiracy theorist. One thing I can't do is track planes. I really just don't have the time, if I'm being honest. Like I'm trying to sell hats and pay my bills. I'm not trying to track planes.
That's fair. We were watching them all day.
Oh, someone will be, and they'll tweet it, and I'll see it, and then I'll be excited, but then I'll forget about it.
That's right. Rinse, repeat. It's the vicious cycle. It's the vicious cycle. Well, we won't keep you long, Joy. Yeah. We're going to be respectful of your time. We appreciate you joining us for the first half hour of the show and giving us your perspective from Baton Rouge. Congratulations on SEC Pretty. That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic that's growing like it is. We love seeing that. So anyway, where can our listeners find you?
My Twitter is at Dailey Joy F, and then everywhere else I'm just Dailey Joy. And SEC Pretty is SEC Pretty, the brand everywhere. So thanks for having me. I always have a great time when I'm with y'all.
Awesome. Thanks, Joy. Thanks for joining us.
Enjoy your evening. Where am I? Where'd I go?
I don't know.
There we go.
We set all these windows up, and then as soon as we do something, it switches it all around. I can't figure these windows out.
Man. Anyway, we got to give Red's in here. Red, it's good to see you. Where have you been?
Long time no see.
Goodness, Red. We're happy you're here. Everybody did exactly what I thought they were going to do in the chat and just dropped Bama jokes. Everybody do like Latoya. Hit that like button. Leave a big comment.
Thank you, Latoya.
Share, do all the things. Thank you, Latoya. Bama girl, roll tide. Good to see you, Gage. I see you all in there. I had to swap out my laptop. I promise. That's all it was.
I think Lance cracked your code.
Look, here's the other one. See, hold on. See, I had to swap it out. So that's all that was going on. Okay, right. Settle down, Lance. I'm not above telling you guys if I have an emergency and I got to leave camera. I'm not above telling you guys what's going on. Like seriously. So,
he's not shy.
What I didn't want to say, because again, I'm trying to be professional, but Alabama's beating LSU like 38-21. Man, it's going to be an absolute.
You think it's going to be that bad?
Yeah, I think I was being legit. I think it'll be a headache of a game for a little bit, but once emotions die down, Ty Simpson is going to pick that secondary apart. Man, he is.
I agree with you.
Yeah. So
I hope we learned our lesson with the play calls for Lance.
I know it's Lance. It's always Lance.
Bang Julio.
There you go, Eric. Good.
Yeah, it's it always makes me nervous kind of playing these interim games. You know, the team's got nothing to lose. Those games always scare me. That's usually why that's usually why the games in Jordan-Hare are so tough, because usually Auburn's got nothing to lose by the time we get to that game.
Yeah.
My score had Brian Kelly had stayed would have been like 38-21. But if Weeks comes back and they're galvanized,
I'll get you taken care of,
I could see it being a little bit of a grind, and then us pulling one out. 27-21 is kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah. That's fair. I think Alabama's in such a good spot right now, man. Such a good spot this last fourth of the season, because you've got Eastern Illinois automatic W. You're favored. What's Alabama favored by 10 right now?
Yeah.
To beat LSU. I think they cover this game. Honestly, I think they're going. Yeah.
Oops.
No kidding, brother.
That didn't age well.
No kidding. I think here's the thing. Alabama and LSU's defenses are actually pretty similar. If you look at it on paper by the numbers, they're very, very similar. Where Alabama has the edge is at quarterback. Alabama's offensive line is better, and then Alabama's wide receivers are better. So I expect, if I know that, Ryan Grubb knows that, Kalen DeBoer knows that, I expect Ty Simpson to have a pretty big day. I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas here, because moving forward, they're going to need to be super aggressive against Oklahoma and against Auburn. There's only wiggle room, in my opinion, to drop one of those in the regular season. Mm-hmm. I think easily this team could go undefeated, but they've got to continue that growth mindset that they've had. They almost stumbled and crapped the bed on the road in Columbia. We knew that was going to be a tough game. Even bringing Oklahoma in, that's still going to be a tough game no matter what's happened the rest of their season. And then I don't care what's going on with Auburn going to Jordan-Hare. This will be Kalen DeBoer's first time going to Jordan-Hare. But I just like where this team sits. I think in this matchup, it's a really, really good matchup for Alabama all the way now, unless they play a mobile quarterback. But I think, man, Alabama's pass rush, refresh after the bye week. Dude, I think for maybe a quarter and a half, it'll be neck and neck until something's going to happen and Alabama will start to pull away, and it's going to be a pretty big win, I think, in terms of.
I'd love to see that
spread.
And I think it'd be good to get one after the South Carolina game. That was the last of that 5-game stretch.
Yeah. Dude, what is going on? Sorry, this is something I noticed. Can we stop playing people off of bye weeks? Like Alabama's last 4 opponents are coming off of bye weeks.
Dude, this is like the mid-2000s all over again when Roy Kramer was the SEC commissioner. Alabama dealt with this forever. even into Saban's initial run, we dealt with this. Remember Tennessee used to get 2 bye weeks before Bama and before Florida?
Yeah.
Everybody else got 1.
Frustrating.
How'd that work out? Terrible. So, that's what that reminded me of, is all these bye weeks, everybody coming off bye weeks when they play us. But
yeah, I did do a video and broke this down by the numbers. I mean, everything you need to know. So when you're done here, when we're done tonight, if you want some more, you can go check that out. But yeah, I mean, Alabama really statistically, just about every category offensively, they're better than LSU. The only, again, defensively, they're kind of neck and neck. I think Bama's got this one wrapped up. I feel pretty confident about it. Now I felt confident going into South Carolina, and again, Bama almost crapped the bed. So we'll see. But I also worry. We all know that Oklahoma is the real test that's left on the schedule, right? Like everybody knows that. They know about that defense. I also worry that there may be a little bit of looking ahead. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't see this being close.
I mean, we do have the number 2 scoring defense in the league behind Mizzou, but Mizzou's played 1 less game than us.
Yeah.
If Mizzou gives up 20 points, then we will have the number 1 scoring defense in the SEC.
Oh, that's the thing about Alabama's defense, man. They're going to give up some yards.
Look at points against. That's what you want to look at. Points against. That's where it all matters.
Yeah. Kane Womack's going to give you yards all day, man. You might outgain our offense.
Yards, smarts.
Yeah, we're going to hold you to field goals, baby.
Points against is what we need to focus on. And right now, we've given 101 points in 5 SEC games. That's second behind Missouri, giving up 81 in 4. So 1 less game, 20 less points.
Also, the injury reports, Weeks was moved back to doubtful from questionable or whatever today. And I think Ryan Williams is probable. I think somebody let me know in the chat if I'm right on that. I can't remember.
Yeah, he's probable. I think he got dinged in practice. We're getting a lot of practice injuries. I don't understand that, but it is what it is.
It's difficult because I feel like in a way that's a good thing, but in a way, obviously, the most obvious way, it's not a good thing. So,
friendly fire taking out half the defense.
I don't think Bama wants to lose Ryan Williams, but and I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I don't think offensively they struggle without him. Not against this team. Oklahoma maybe, but not against this team.
So far we have not. I mean, he's got to be accounted for when he's on the field, even if we don't use him. Even if he's not catching those deep balls, if he's out there, he's got to be accounted for.
Yeah. Now the real question is going to be: can Alabama run the daggum ball in this game?
No.
Like, Jeff, or should we just give up on it?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me why.
This is game 9. We are who we are. So those of us that are hoping out every week going, maybe this will be the week that we run for 400 yards. This is not happening. We're not a running team. This ain't happening this year. We are going to have to get our rushing yards in other areas. Ty is going to have to mask this lack of a running game. But we're 9 games in. We're still shuffling linemen. We get no push. We're not going to suddenly start blowing the defensive line off the ball. Jam Miller's not going to suddenly gain speed and vision. It's not happening. This is who we are. 9 games in, this is who we are. So we're just going to accept it. Screen passes, bubble screens, whatever, wheel routes, things like that to kind of mimic running plays. They're still going to run it about 20, 25 times a game. Get about 2 to 3 yards a carry, especially if 20 of those 25 runs are shotgun up the middle. We're not going to gain more than a yard or 2 on those.
Yeah.
So, but no, this is who we are.
So Lance here. Let's talk deep passes. Yeah, I mean, what do you want to talk? Like, it's not really clicking. I think that we know that Ty Simpson has said that they've been working on that this week. Assuming it clicks somewhere in here, which I think it's just a timing issue. We're not talking about a fundamental problem like Jeff is talking about with the run game. So yeah, I think that downfield game could click. He's been close the past few games, and when it does, that might actually open up the run. It might help to open up the run a little bit. I want to see Lottie get his first touchdown of the season.
I'd love to see that
40-yard bomb from Ty Simpson, please.
As long as we're just hammering that A gap with Jam at the A gap over and over and over again, we're not going to be successful running the ball.
Yeah.
If we would start running some Daniel Hill toss sweeps, getting him downhill.
Yeah.
Things like that. Maybe a counter, some misdirection. If we start doing that, maybe we can mix it up a little bit. But shotgun, jam A gap, jam B gap. That's not working.
To J-Bake's point, like those plays, when they're in that shotgun formation and you're trying to hit that A or B gap, they do take a long time to develop.
Because we don't get any push. We don't get any physical
you're not getting any
shove.
Push.
We don't.
I did a video, I think it was last week, and I took steals from one of Alabama's run plays at South Carolina. And from the line of scrimmage, nobody throughout the entire play is a run play on Alabama's offensive line moves past the line of scrimmage. Nobody.
Not for a couple of years.
Offensive lineman. And it's been really
the strength in the strength and conditioning program has been lacking for a couple of years now. I don't know if it's whatever this formula is. I don't know what the deal is, but we have not had any physical offensive line really in 5 years. Really, 2020 was the last physical dominant offensive line I can remember.
Yeah.
Bryce Young ran for his life a lot of his starts. We just don't get any push. So the jam up the middle, if your running back is slow and doesn't have any vision and there's no holes developing, it's just going to be the same thing. That's why I'm saying toss sweeps, some misdirections, some counter, something, just mix something up and leave Roberts in the game.
Especially with Daniel Hill. We saw that.
Yes.
Using him out on the perimeter.
Yes.
Getting him outside, dude, against South Carolina, that was late. That was one of the differences in the game, man. Yeah.
Get Brailsford pulling out and then launching into a defensive back instead of trying to shove the defensive tackle 6 yards back so Jam can go up the middle for 5 yards.
There we go. That's J-Bake hit it right there. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Get him downhill. Get Brailsford pulling out. 290 pound guy, athletic guy. Get him pulling. Get Jaden pulling. Get the guys pulling. Get him in space and let him launch a defensive back into the seats.
Per Jam Miller,
Lance.
I don't want to crap on.
Guess where Vandermark came from. And guess who's not great?
Go ahead, Jeff. Let him have it. Say it. Don't hold back.
Well, Lance is dead right. Cap and 56 came from Michigan State, and they play like they came from Michigan State.
You got your SEC pretty hat on, all mad.
I'm tired of seeing these same guys get whipped. Like, stop with the right side of 75 and 56. That ain't working.
Yeah. Well,
it worked in 2 years.
It's even more frustrating when you look and Jaden Roberts, when he's in the game, he's been pretty solid. He's not perfect, but look, offensive linemen are gonna miss like at some point in time. Like they're not gonna win every down.
Yeah,
you wish they could, but it's not gonna happen. But we all know it's no secret that the line as a whole looks better when you've got Roberts and Michael Carroll on the right side of it. So I don't really know.
The first play of that Tennessee game, 56 is sitting on his butt in the backfield. Third play of the game, Ty had to scramble for his life because 56 got whipped. Playing left guard, he's never played before. Suddenly Dewberry didn't start. What are we doing?
Oh yeah, you talking about on that third down?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the dude he's a good backup. He's a good depth piece. But stop giving him in 75 like the majority of the snaps. That's not a winning formula.
Well, I'm wondering if because of how Alabama won the SEC game.
Keith, you're right.
Because Alabama had to do kind of what we're talking about. Like, they had to use Daniel Hill out on the perimeter. It was kind of like they finally figured out running Jam Miller up the middle is not going to work on first down. We got to do something different.
Crazy pills.
And so I'm wondering if they can build on that going into this last leg of the regular season. they're going to continue swapping the offensive linemen. I don't have an answer as to why. We all know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but they're going to keep doing it. But I trust in Ty Simpson, even when the protection breaks down. I trust in him to be able to kind of get out of there, feel it, get out of there, and make something happen. We've seen them do that time and time again. My biggest concern is him getting injured, knock on wood. But
his propensity to be a little loose with the ball when he gets sacked is concerning.
Well, yeah.
I'm hoping he is getting rid of the ball quick enough to avoid that, which is usually really good at that. He's been fairly good at that. It's just bad luck the last few.
Yeah, I just feel like they'll be able to. I mean, Grubb has to have seen the same thing that most people are seeing out on the perimeter. And for a while there, maybe a game or two there, that's how they were supplementing not being able to run the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know why they went back to getting stubborn about it again, because when they did that, it started to open up the run a little bit. Like there was a couple of games there where Bama's run game was kind of trending in the right direction. You started to see it, especially in fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They were able to start kind of leaning on people just a little bit, but then it just all went to crap. And it's because I feel like Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer are not traditional, right?
Mm-mm.
And I feel like Ryan Grubb is trying to be a little bit too traditional sometimes. Maybe, I don't know. We want it to look like it looked in 2011, 2012, but this offense isn't built to do that, right? Mm-hmm. And so if he's trying to do it, it's just not going to work. I don't know.
We are who we are, so we don't need to keep trying to beat the dead horse and become this juggernaut running team. That's not where our strengths are. So this key is Ty's right arm.
Yeah.
And the
that's
talent
it.
in the receiver.
That's it. The team ultimately is going to go how Ty Simpson goes, not how Jim Miller goes, not how Wilkin Formby goes. It's going to go how Ty Simpson goes.
Lance is onto something here. If we were to incorporate some running plays for Ty, like Ty can run the ball. He's got that threat. I'm not saying like a Milroe kind of offense where he's running it 25 times or 20 times, but if we mix in a bootleg or some type of thing with Ty running, he's good for some scrambles.
This is a really good point, and I agree with you. I agree with you completely. We've seen Alabama, strategically utilize time of possession all year.
And great on third down.
In the two games where they couldn't hold on to the ball more than their opponent, they lost and then almost lost. So, I agree. And that again, time of possession goes how Ty Simpson goes, right? And so Ty Simpson is the most valuable player.
All right, without question.
I think in the SEC right now to their team.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that, I think Ty Simpson should absolutely be the front runner for the Heisman Trophy. He's not, because Julian Sayin is smoking 119 ranked secondaries for 400 yards. And then I'll go ahead and tell you guys, unless Ty starts throwing for 350 a game, 400 yards a game, whoever wins, whichever quarterback wins the Big Ten championship is going to win the Heisman Trophy. The media has dubbed it so. They've made it very obvious Ty Simpson's not winning it. It's ridiculous.
And
it's
Ty's not a 350-yard, 400-yard passer. Like, we haven't needed that. He's exactly what we need. He does exactly what is the best for this team to win, and that's get first downs, eat up clock, time of possession, long drives. Those aren't conducive for 400, 450-yard games when you have 15, 17 play drives.
Yeah,
that's conducive for winning, which is what Ty does.
So you disagree, Lance? Are you being sarcastic? Are you being serious?
It's hard to tell.
I'm pretty sure he's being sarcastic.
I agree, Keith. This is just who we are. So let's make the best of it and accept the fact that we're not a lethal running team.
No, we're not, and it's not okay. But at the same time, it is. We still have one loss. Everything's sitting out in front of this team. They've got a shot at an SEC title. Right now, if everything holds up, Bama will probably be 3 seed in the college football playoff. They're going to get a first round bye. So again, Bama would have to lose 2 more regular season games right now to miss the playoff, and I don't see that happening. So, not saying it can't, but
I don't see that happening. I think we'll win the 2 home games, or the 3 home games, and then we'll be in a dogfight in Jordan-Hare. I almost want to go 2017 and tank that game so we don't have to go play Marcel Reed.
Well, I
risk the 3rd loss and then winding up in a 7 or 8 seed.
That you're assuming that they lose to Oklahoma?
No, if we lose, say we lose to Auburn and we have 2 losses, and then we wind up in Atlanta and lose to Texas A&M, now we have 3 losses and back-to-back losses. So where does that put us when they're selecting for the playoffs? 3-loss Bama team coming off back-to-back losses.
Yeah,
against
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I don't think if Alabama makes it to the SEC championship, I don't think it matters what happens in that game. They're going to make the playoff. Unless
it's about seeding now.
Sure. Yes, but if Alabama loses a game, we're not in control of the seeding. So
if we lose to Oklahoma, beat Auburn, and beat Texas A&M, we'll have a better seed, I think, than if we lose to Auburn. Or that's what I meant.
Okay.
I don't think that playing in the SEC championship game is any kind of reward other than a plaque on the wall. Now it's almost like we said about Georgia last year. Do you think they would have bypassed the SEC championship game to have their starting quarterback in the playoffs?
Certainly.
So that's my fear is we go play that game, lose somebody, whether we win or lose it. It's like, oh, well, we're going to the playoffs anyway. What does this game matter?
Yeah, I don't see much benefit in playing an SEC
either.
championship game anymore.
Me either.
But, there's still the traditionalists that think it should be played.
I
think the very
money involved.
I think the very first SEC championship game was a clear indicator of why you shouldn't have that conference game. You know what I mean? If Florida beat Alabama that year, Bama doesn't go play for a national title.
I was at that game. That was the first Alabama game I ever went to in person.
Nice.
It's like 15 degrees that day. It was so cold. So
cold. Yeah, lost Mechie in an SEC championship game. I don't think
the juice ain't worth the squeeze anymore.
No, I agree. It's about the college football playoff. 100%. The expectation that Alabama's national titles, SEC title, is a consolation prize. So, think of it this way: like in a year where Alabama wins the SEC, when's the last time Alabama won the SEC? 2021,
24? Yeah, 24, 23. Sorry, Saban's last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 23, 24. Right? They win the SEC. What do you remember from that season? You remember losing to Michigan, right? So in the
Texas.
Yeah. So I just absolutely don't care about the SEC. I know a lot of people disagree with that. I'm tired of beating Georgia.
For us, Georgia, that game doesn't matter. For other teams, for other schools in this league, if they go to that game, that's a big deal.
Sure. How about it?
If there was only 4 teams in the playoffs, then yes, that game would take on a entirely, new meaning. But we should not need that game to get in. By the time we know who's going to play in that game, I don't see A&M losing their way out of that game. So I think it's whoever's going to play Texas A&M.
Yeah. Originally because of divisions, that would be why Alabama's played them more than Georgia. So,
I used to hate the divisions, although it does seem easier for the championship game because the tiebreakers are crazy.
Sure.
But it used to get on my nerves that Georgia would wrap up the East by like week 6. So, we'd be grinding out to the Iron Bowl, having to win the Iron Bowl to get to Atlanta. And, so. But I agree with you. There's really no benefit to us playing that game.
Yeah. But like Lance said, or Simpsons Burner said, we're probably going to wind up there. So.
If we win out, we're definitely going.
100%. Well,
we're going to win out, but
catastrophically, I think to not go, what Bama would have to lose 2 more conference games right now. So I
can't believe we would lose 2 out of these next 3. I mean, stranger things have happened, but this team doesn't look like it's a team that's going to lose 2 out of the 3.
Sure.
Especially being at home. This is a different team than Bryant-Denny.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, guys, we got a few more minutes left, which means it is time to make some picks for this weekend. Jeff, will you cue my theme music, sir? By theme music, you know what I'm getting at, right?
For the picks?
Yeah. Hot takes, baby.
Hang on. I'm looking for it.
Hot.
I can't find it.
I got it, man. Don't you worry.
Oh, there it is.
Beautiful.
I love it. Switch scenes and it pulls somebody out. Wonderful work, StreamYard.
Yeah,
let's add scenes and then make sure we pull a camera out of every scene.
StreamYard better get its crap together. We're going to find a new streaming service. Anyway. All right. Let's pick some games, chat. You know how this goes. I'll tell you who's playing. And then you tell us who's winning. J-Bait, can you handle that in the chat, brother? Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. All right.
Yeah, Mike G is mad at us tonight.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Like,
sorry, Mike, didn't mean to offend you, but that's a meaningless game.
I'm not sorry. Like,
prove me wrong.
It's right. It's the SEC championship doesn't mean anything anymore. So sorry that you don't like our opinion. I'm sure there's a lot of stupid shit you believe that I think is dumb too, but I'm not trying to drag you.
Listen to me long enough, Mike. You'll hear a lot of stuff that you probably think is stupid.
Settle down, buddy. It's not that serious. Anyway,
love you, Mike.
Yeah, I do not. Anyway, moving forward. All right. I'm just kidding, Mike. I love you. All right. Number 8, BYU will take on the Red Hot Red Raiders. Why do I call them Red Hot, Jeff? Because they are spending $1 billion in NIL money. And wow, man. Wow. Dude. Anyway, who's winning this game?
I'm going to go Texas Tech.
I think that's a fair bet. Chat, who you got?
Texas Tech.
Tortillas for the win, or tortillas for the win. I said it right the first time. I corrected myself. You know they're not allowed to throw them, man. They're not allowed to throw them. Game day will be there. I don't know. They told them not to do it. They're not allowed in the stadium.
That's a bummer.
Game day will be there, and game day said that they can throw them at college game day. So, you know,
that'll work.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hey, you know, never mind. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Texas Tech. Everybody thinks Texas Tech. I think that's pretty safe. Texas Tech is about to make some noise on the recruiting trail. Just so you guys are very, very, very much aware, it's about to get loud. They're spending a lot of money. So no J-Bag, stop. J-Bag's that little devil on your shoulder and you're trying to do something right, and he's like, do it. Just do it.
Next
All
game.
right. It's actually the slate of games this weekend's not great, but you've got number 5 Georgia heading over to Mississippi State to take on the Bulldogs. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious what's going to happen there. Chat.
Give me
Jeff, you don't have to say it. Georgia. I will take Georgia in that game as well.
It might be a tough one, but I think Georgia's going to pull it off.
Yeah, I agree. Georgia, next. All right, next. You've got Miami at Syracuse. Nobody cares.
Are you taking the Bulldogs, Red? Or are you just saying go Mississippi State? Puppies
She
for the
probably
win.
wants them to beat Georgia.
Well, yeah, I bet she does. I'm just wondering if she's calling Mississippi State to take out the Dogs.
All right. Number 2, Indiana will go to College Station to take on Penn State, who absolutely got dismantled last week by Julian.
You said College Station. I was like, they're going to Texas A&M?
Oh, not College Station. You know what I meant. Sorry.
State College.
Yeah, State College. Sorry.
I was like, they're playing Texas A&M. That's random.
No, I'm trying to type something while I was talking. And
Lance is like, what?
Yeah. It's cotton off his rocker. Yeah. Sorry, I was typing something while I was speaking, and my brain just didn't work. That happens sometimes. It's a disorder. It's okay. I'm allowed.
Man, this is a tough one because Penn State is just awful.
They are awful.
They're just awful.
They're awful. I'm actually trying to look up where they are in total defense.
I just can't believe they can beat Indiana. Indiana's rolling right now. Indiana's beating all these bad teams by a lot. And Penn State
I think Fernando Mendoza is who Ohio State wants Julian Saban to be right now. I think he's actually a really good quarterback. Penn State is 35th overall in total defense. Yeah, give me the Hoosiers. Dude,
yeah, I'll take that.
Laptops.
I know. I gotta stop looking at Lance's comments.
I know, dude. I
start laughing.
The whole time DJ's on, I'm sitting there reading the chat, and I keep looking over at Lance, and I'm like, I can't laugh. I have to be. Penn State's home. I don't think it's gonna matter, Kyle. I really don't.
That Indiana quarterback is playing pretty well.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback, man. I'm not gonna say he's not. Julian Saban's a good quarterback too. I just think Ty Simpson's better than both.
Saban is fan. I mean, I was all over Saban when he was a Bama commit. I was like, Saban to Ryan Williams hookup for 2 years is going to be electric.
Sure, absolutely.
But it didn't work out.
Nick Saban the whole year he was at Alabama.
Yeah. Boy, that was a fire, man.
I was like, what?
Bama Twitter was Bama Twitter disappointed me that day.
Nobody knew what to do. They were like, do we correct it or do we just roll with it? What do we do? All right. Let's go to the SEC. The number 3 Texas A&M Aggies, who you guys didn't know in conference. I don't think Texas A&M has beaten anybody who has a winning record in conference right now. Just a heads up. But they're going to go over to Missouri and take on the number 19 Missouri Tigers. Missouri will be without Bo Pribula, however you say it. I'm going to go with the Aggies here. But I want to reiterate that I don't know that A&M is as good as everybody thinks. I think a lot of people hyped up that LSU win. Look, right now, playing LSU in Death Valley at night is not what it was 15 years ago. It's not what it was 20 years ago, man. It's just not. I mean, I don't get the oar anyway. We've always gone in there and kicked their ass. So, that's never been a problem for us to go in that stadium. Fair enough. All right. So, I'm going to take the Aggies. I'm going to take the Aggies in this one. I think they'll go Texas A&M I think they might lose to wait, hold on. I want to make sure I get this right because, you guys
I think there's something in what you're saying, though. They're not the juggernaut that everybody thinks they are.
No.
I think Indiana the same way. Indiana's a good football team. I don't think they're 50 points better than everybody they play. I mean, they're 50 points better than everybody on that schedule. I'm saying I don't think they're 50 points better than the top teams.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys this. Who at the end of the year, nobody loses until the last game of the season. Texas A&M goes to Austin to take on Texas. Who do you want to win that game?
If Texas A&M's undefeated going to that game, I'd go for Texas. I don't want any undefeated teams if Alabama is not it.
That's so petty.
I'm SEC petty. Like if Bama ain't running the table, I don't want an egg on anybody else's loss column either.
Their pass rush is not. Their pass rush isn't.
They can be had on the back end. I've seen.
That's most SEC defenses nowadays, though.
Yeah,
really good pass rushes, solid linebackers.
Contain the front end. They can be had.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you give Ty time to work, Ty gonna work it too.
All right. The number 6 Oregon Ducks will head over to Iowa to take on the Hawkeyes. This one's pretty obvious. I think everybody's going to go Oregon here, correct?
Yes.
We're only picking 2 more.
I think that's safe.
Yeah. Rooting for the asteroid. Nice. Let's just move on because nobody gives a crap about Oregon and Iowa. Man, there just aren't that many good games on this weekend. All right. The Auburn Tigers, under the tutelage of DJ Durkin, who also killed a kid, in case you guys didn't know. will head up to Nashville to take on the number 15 Vanderbilt Commodores. I don't know if you guys saw, but Vanderbilt fans still think they're making the playoff. They still think Diego Pavia is winning the Heisman. Auburn has a really good defense. Nobody really talks about it because their offense is so bad. They will not be starting Jackson Arnold. They're starting the other kid. I forgot his name. But
Vandy by 100 then.
Yeah, I think Vanderbilt. I think Pavia is still a huge tool, but I think Vandy takes it to him, man.
I think Jackson Arnold sucks, but that Ashton Daniels guy was
Ashton Daniels. I said
he was worse. I mean,
I think he got a little hot in that game, man, and then just they pulled him.
He had like 51 yards passing in that game, I think, didn't he?
Well, yeah, because they pulled him. They pulled him, man.
He ain't it. They need to play the Deuce kid, see if he can play. That's what they need to do. They don't need to waste any games running these two yahoos out there. They need to play the kid.
I've got a hot take on Deuce Knight. I think Deuce Knight is already clocked out. He has scrubbed his social media. I don't know if he's put it back, but he's also there was a running back who went ahead and said they're entering the transfer portal. Deuce Knight commented in it and said, "I'm with you" or something like that. To that extent. Also, I've heard from people that are close to that program that Deuce Knight struggles with the playbook. And so that's why he's not.
That playbook just left. So maybe you dumb it down, see if the kid can play. Instead of wasting games with, I mean, it cost Hugh Freeze's job. I mean, everybody knew Jackson Arnold couldn't play.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He always looks like he's smiling to me, and it pisses me off.
Ashton Daniels was terrible at Stanford. Everybody knew he's going to come to the SEC and light it up. No.
All right,
their bed was made before the season started. I gave him 8-4, but that was a mistake.
Yeah, they're not making it. I don't know if they're going to be bowl eligible when it's all said and done.
Which good segue. In 2 weeks, our Auburn Anonymous friends are going to come back on and let us troll them to death about their insane Auburn predictions this year.
Yeah, you guys are allowed to hold them fully accountable.
I talked to Miles yesterday, and he said it's deserved, and bring him on. So they're coming on the 20th, and we're going to have fun with our Auburn Anonymous friends.
Kyle, do you know who Auburn Anonymous is? Because if so, man, they can get dumber.
Go search Twitter for Auburn Anonymous or AA Jackson Arnold and just read some of the tweets. Yeah. And it's entertaining. Yeah. But we like those guys. They're good sports about it. We have fun with them. They're nice guys. So there's no ill will or
I'm pretty
uncivilness.
I'm pretty sure 99% of the time they're just rage baiting anyway.
Yeah, so. And I think that they know that too. Yeah, Ty Simpson's right. Some of that stuff they say is
that's the point. Is so you guys can just absolutely rake them over the coals. So yeah,
but yeah, they welcome it. They're good guys. They're good sports. They have fun. So yeah, we're gonna bring them on in a couple weeks and make fun of them all together.
Absolutely.
Or make fun of their predictions, not make fun of them, but make fun of their predictions.
All right, the big one. Let's talk about this one for a second, and then we'll wrap up.
Don't put that on screen.
I'm not.
Okay.
Not a lot tonight, Eric. We got some videos coming out tomorrow that'll talk about it. So
kind of quiet though. There's not a whole lot happening right now.
Well, there is a whole lot happening. There's just nothing that's finalized yet.
Yeah.
We'll just a little bit. This weekend is going to probably be the biggest recruiting weekend of the season so far for Alabama. In terms of the 2027 class. Now there are some big names still in play in the 2026 class. Alabama's not done. There's another wide receiver that I'll be talking about in a video tomorrow that I think he's currently committed to Michigan, if I remember correctly, or was committed to Michigan. Bama's got a good shot with him, 4-star.
He must never have taken a visit up there.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I heard they have a nice workout place. Sure, they told
absolutely. Me. I don't know. Go ask Ty Haywood. Anyway, but I think, I think that there's some noise to be made here very, very soon. I think Bama's Going to make some serious plays in the next couple of weeks, and I think Alabama still could potentially make a push for that number 1 class before it's said and done. I don't. If I were betting on it, I would say they wouldn't. Per 247, not on 3 because their model's a little wonky. But
we're going to be in the mix.
Yeah. I mean, we're sitting at 247's rankings. We're at like 3 right now. So, but on 3 regraded everybody and dropped a bunch of 5 stars to 4 stars. So,
question.
Yeah.
When do we get to pillage Auburn LSU's roster for a month with no?
As soon as the portal opens, buddy.
So when the portal opens.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure those phone calls are already had.
But when we couldn't do anything while they pillaged our roster. When the transfer portal opens, that means those teams can also go out and fill their roster. My question was, when do we get to rake their roster without them getting able to refill it?
Well, it's only been a week, and I do think that you're going to see an exodus from both places. I think that LSU particularly they're probably waiting to see who's going to be hired. Auburn's going to lose a lot of their staff. Or not a lot of their staff, a lot of their recruiting.
Think so?
Oh yeah, dude. That recruiting class from the state of Alabama last year, that's about to be gone. Out of Auburn. All that jaw jacking they did about out recruiting Alabama in the state, for this to happen, pretty rough. So
does Cam stay, or does he?
What?
Does Coleman stay, or does he portal? What do you think?
I think he's gone. Dude, he's too good to sit there with no quarterback. And to J-Bake's point, J-Bake's right. A player, they have to wait 5 days after a new coach is hired, and then they can hit the portal.
Oh, okay.
So, because the coach was fired, it's different than a coach than what happened with Alabama in the offseason. So it's a little different. Yeah. But that's true, Lance. Good point. I think so. But I think that there are some defensive names that Alabama probably wants to talk to. Out of that Auburn camp. So we'll see. But Bama's going to have a really good transfer portal season this year, I think. A really good one. And a lot of the concerns around the linebacker and the defensive line will probably be addressed there.
Man, those injuries just threw a monkey wrench in the plan because, we had a good rotate. We had a good plan for these defensive linemen, and then losing 2 of them, man, that just...
Yep.
Injury gods got us.
Well, you got Yanze Pierre. I'm confident as long as we have Yanze Pierre.
That guy's a beast.
I love that dude, man. I love him.
How he started like 5th in the depth chart in spring.
I don't know.
Or whatever he was. I know he was buried in the depth chart in the spring, but golly, that guy's an animal.
Yeah, Nakai Hill Green's coming on pretty strong too, man.
Yeah, he's showing some burst. I like what I've seen from him. The linebackers they've made some mistakes this year. They've definitely made some mistakes this year, but they've played well at times too. They've been very physical at times too.
I would say that the linebacking group on both sides of the ball is probably the most improved group on this 2025 Alabama team. Cam Coleman to Bama, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, he's going to have a lot of suitors. That guy. It's a shame he's wasted 2 years.
Yeah.
In that dumpster fire.
I told y'all, J-Bake. I told y'all about Justin Jefferson, and everybody's he's too small. He doesn't understand his assignments. Let the boy learn. Let the man figure it out, and he did. And I'm telling you, man, Alabama's super.
You know how the world is. There's no time for patience.
Yeah.
You mean develop? What does that word mean?
Yeah. You want them to develop, huh? Why would we
Easy
do that?
There, buddy.
Why can't we just play them? And
no, they have to now. Everything has to be now.
Destroy his confidence. You guys wonder why the NFL product is going to hell. This is why. Anyway, all right. Last game. All right. We all know. I want to hear your score predictions. I've given you mine. Jeff's given you yours. We'll give them again. LSU with an interim head coach coming to Tuscaloosa. Bama favored by 10. Both teams coming off a bye week. Alabama has to feel extra motivated as they know they've got 4 games in front of them to get to the college football playoff. Really 3, in my opinion. But I feel like Bama starts off a little sluggish here. Well, maybe not sluggish. I think LSU's able to match their energy and keep it close for a little bit. But Bama pulls away big time. especially later in the game when they start wearing down that offensive line. Yanze Pierre starts getting pressure on whoever the quarterback is. I think Bama wins this one big, 38-21.
I would love that. I need a breather. I need a week where I'm not sweating out till the last 30 seconds of the game. So if it's 38-21, I like that.
I think we all.
I'm relaxed.
I'm putting it out there for fans. Like, yeah, I don't want to have to take baby aspirin before. Yeah, Whit Weeks has been injured for a while. He's got an ankle. He's listed as what is he? Questionable.
He's doubtful now.
Doubtful
I think he's
now.
downgraded to doubtful.
So he's probably not going to play. If he can go, they're going to try him. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
I think his younger brother's out for this one.
I think he's out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love that, Keith. Boy, if that was the case, that would be great.
Oh, that's only if you're pregnant, J-Bag. You didn't see what they tweeted, man.
I'm with you, Lance. If he's out there, go right at him.
Yeah, I agree.
Make him guard Cuevas.
Run where he's supposed to be. Run right at him if he's there. So.
Make him tackle Hill. Make him have to cover Cuevas. Make him have to cover, Danny Lewis or somebody. Make him have to do, explode off that ankle. If he plays.
31-17, good guys.
I'd be cool with that too.
Let's see your scores.
I don't know that he can do that. It's hard to tackle somebody when you're laying on your back at the feet of the quarterback.
That's funny.
Thank you.
Right,
we need to run a few more of those.
Yeah. So I think we're all kind of all in the same wheelhouse here, right? We are. So
yeah.
I'm excited to get this one over. I mean, I'm excited about the game, but I'm excited to kind of get this one over with and start talking Oklahoma. That's going to be a high energy, fun contest, I think. And if Bama beats Oklahoma, that I think we'll all collectively take a pretty big breath there. So anyway, all right. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, sorry for having to swap computers on you guys. A big thank you to DJ again.
Yes, thank you, Joy.
She's a great guest, very, very knowledgeable, and just fun to talk to. But yeah, we got a lot of recruiting videos coming out tomorrow.
Watch them, share them, like them.
Yeah, don't forget, even though Bama's playing Saturday night, the Alabama men's basketball is playing Saturday afternoon, early Saturday afternoon.
11 a.m.
St. John's. They got a 4-week
stretch,
big
one,
or 4-game stretch. That's freaking
brutal.
Ball. Nate Oates is a madman, but
he's got a plan. So
yeah, but we'll be talking some basketball next week too. So as always, you guys know the drill. Please say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands, horns down, man.
See y'all Saturday night. Live
and
post-game show.
Yep, post-game show Saturday night, and Tennessee too.